Bonjour tout le monde, welcome to Weekday Wanderings in Paris. My name is Jackie. I am here with the lovely Olivia.
Hello.
It's Paris, say bonjour.
Bonjour.
And today we are in we're going to be straddling the 5th and 6th arrondissements. At the moment we're in the 5th arrondissement. We're on the Boulevard Saint-Michel. We're at the Place de la Sorbonne. So our tour today is in the Latin Quarter, and the reason it's called the Latin Quarter is because this was basically the education centre of Paris for a very long time. Of course, the official language of the area was Latin. Everyone studied in Latin, which is why this area is called the Latin Quarter. So here we are. We're starting at the Place de la Sorbonne, and it's very pretty. At the moment you can see lots of seats set up for cafes. I see one person's popped online already, so good morning, bonjour. So we're at the Tabac de la Sorbonne, and as you can see it's a beautiful sunny Paris morning. It's going to be another scorcher today, 31 degrees. Nick says bonjour, my French life. Bonjour, thank you for joining us, Nick. First time, I believe. So there we are. This is the Chapelle de la Sorbonne. It's very pretty. I love this part here. It's so nice. It's a really cool place to sit and enjoy a morning coffee or tea, which we've just done. So now that we've finished and we've paid up, is it a school, La Sorbonne? La Sorbonne is the main university of Paris. There's a long story of it. Basically it was established in 1253, which is a really long time ago. It's one of the oldest universities in the world. Okay, let's go for our walk. Merci monsieur, au revoir. Okay, so let's go here, watch this step. So this is Boulevard Saint-Michel, just here, and across the road there is the 6th arrondissement. So we're in the 5th. So we're at the Place de la Sorbonne. Here we have a nice statue of Auguste Comte, who was one of the philosophers of his period, and he's important to me because he is the man who coined the term sociology, and I'm a sociologist, or at least I was in a former life. Okay, now we're going to have the sun facing us, so it's going to be a bit difficult to see, but if you can get the general gist of it, this is a beautiful area here. It's so lovely and relaxing, and it's a nice hangout for students and university lecturers and the like. So this is very much a student area. So La Sorbonne, like I said, it was established by Robert de Sorbonne in 1253, very long time ago, and since then it has provided the university higher learning in Paris, but it was split into 13 universities in the 1970s. So whenever you hear of for example, you'll hear of La Sorbonne, you might hear of Paris University number 5 or Paris University number 2 or something like that, and that's referring to how the Sorbonne was broken up. So we're on the Rue de la Sorbonne at the moment. Okay, so let me just talk about this building here. So these are historical monuments. This is La Chapelle, and it's closed to the public, but we do have the Heritage Days coming up in 2 weeks' time, and the Heritage Days are when there are certain national monuments which are open to the public, and you have to book in for them because they're very well visited. So I've booked in for 2 weeks' time to go and see the interior here, and I will post those photos when I do that. So anyway, I always wanted to go to La Sorbonne and I never quite made it, but this young lady has. So she's going to tell us a bit about La Sorbonne.
I don't know what much to tell you. I've been inside this building. I studied at La Sorbonne Nouvelle, Paris 3, so Paris 3.
Yeah.
And this here is like the main. This is not the main entrance, the main building. And I went to my first réunion d'école, so the welcome meetings for when I first started studying. And I remember being very, 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 very impressed with these buildings, because I felt like I was studying like in Harry Potter or something. I also studied at Musee University in New Zealand, and it's just nothing at all. The architecture is nothing at all like it is in Musee. It's really incredible.
Okay.
And huge. But yes, you need a carte étudiante, a student ID card to be able to go in.
Yeah.
So I was a student, so I can want a bit. I mean, you can poke head through the door there and sort of
So,
get an idea.
yeah, this is the Cour d'Honneur, which is in there, which is a place that I will get to see for the first time when I do my little heritage tour soon. Okay, so
It's a very impressive building with beautiful architecture. You're amazed that this is, you're sitting here studying in these rooms. Oh, this is the Crous. The Crous is a organisation for students all around France, who they do lots of things, like they offer foods, they have restaurants and also accommodation, and there are many Crous restaurants around Paris. This is one of them, which offer like cheap very
student lunches.
subsidised lunches for students. So
Okay.
that's one of them.
So a lot of these buildings and shops and everything around here. Oh, Terry's online. Hi, Terry. Yeah, a lot of the things around this area are going to be very student oriented. So you've got that sort of thing there. There you've got some more student rooms, studying lecture places and stuff.
And
Yeah.
lots of what do you call them, les imprimeries, to get things printed out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might see like on the restaurants, everything's like student deal. So it's student deal.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a boutique. So if you want to buy your La Sorbonne t-shirt or your bags or
you
your
get one, don't I?
notebooks and stuff like that. Yeah.
Another on my garage door.
Yeah. Did you get any Massey University stuff? I never did.
I don't remember.
No, I don't think. Yeah, no, I didn't do anything like that. Probably should have. And obviously bookshops. Bookshops are very important for students. Okay. Right, another bookshop here. Okay, Nick says, sorry, I need to come back to work, but thank you for the visit. Well, Nick, don't worry, you can come and watch this as many times as you like. So thank you for joining us, and just come back some other time. See you then. Thank you for coming. Okay, so we've come to the end of Rue de la Sorbonne. Okay, and we're at the end of this building here, which is the main entrance here. So there's quite a lot of things to see in this corner, so we're going to have a bit of a talk about that. So over here we have the Musée de Clooney, Hotel de Clooney, which is a very historic monument. We also have the square pour Pain-Levé. So we're going to cross over here. We can see that from across the other side of the road a lot easier. So this is this road here is called the Rue Des Ecole. École is the French word for school. Okay, we can cross over. So the reason it's called Rue Des Ecole is because, of course, the big schools are here, the universities and such. Okay, so I'm just going to come into a shady part, so hopefully we can get a reasonable view. It's probably not the best one. Let's go in the park maybe. Okay, so this is the square pour Pain-Levé. Okay, and this is obviously dedicated to lots of bright people.
Yeah, this is where I often
Smart
came with
people.
This is where I often came with my classmates to eat my lunch when I was studying on the break.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a nice shady area which we can get a view of the main entrance to La Sorbonne. Okay, so do you have anything to say about this?
Wow, that's all I've got to say. No, well,
That's
this
cool.
is the front entrance of the main Sorbonne, Université de Paris.
Yeah.
And this is where I remember this is how I walked in the first time I went in. It's incredible. It's just an amazing building. It's Yeah. Do
So
you know the year that it was built?
this actual building here,
Yeah.
not this actual building here, but a lot of these were redone under Napoleon III, so in the late 1800s. So this is a relatively new building, but as I said, the actual university itself first was established in 1253.
It's a
Which is
incredible
crazy.
building. They had I sat in a big amphitheater that it reminded me of, you know, if I was comparing it to something in New Zealand, you know, going to the Regent Theatre or something.
Yeah, it is
It
beautiful.
was very exquisite.
Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about this park as well because, like I said, there's a lot of smart people. I'll just refer to them as in here. This guy here, Octave Griard, he was instrumental in education, secondary education for girls. So it's a memorial to him. I really want to show you, well, Hotel de Clooney. That's really important. Bonjour Judy, thanks for joining us. Hotel de Clooney is currently shut. This is really important. This is the Museum of Middle Ages, the Musée du Moyen Âge. So yeah, it's currently shut. It's been under lots of refurbishment over the last few years, and it keeps shutting and opening and shutting and opening. It's currently shut. It also has a very important part which we're going to see very soon, and I'll show that to you in a moment. Okay. Another important thing I really want to show you here is the statue here. It's a very famous statue. There are lots and lots of versions of it, and this one has a particular significance. So we have Sally, Judy, Nico's gone, Terry's here, and a few others. So hi to everyone who's just joined us. So the light balance is not great here, so I'm not sure if you can see this very well, but this is a copy of a very famous statue called I'm going to get it wrong, Capitolian wolf. Okay, so the original is in the Capitol in Rome, and basically it is part of the myth of Romulus and Remus, who were the founders of Rome, the city of Rome, and how they were abandoned, left to die, and were nourished by a she-wolf. And so this is the she-wolf nourishing the young Romulus and Remus, who then went on, and of course Romulus was the guy who established Rome and named the city after himself. Now this particular statue was put here because Rome and Paris are sister cities, and it's very unique in that most other cities around the world, they will have several cities that they are joined with, but in the case of Rome and Paris, they only are joined with each other. They're joined with no other cities in the world. So that's a very unique relationship.
I didn't know that.
I know. It's very interesting, and there's a motto of that jumelage or twinning, which is Paris seul est digne de Rome, Rome seul Rome est digne de Paris, which means only Paris is worthy of Rome, only Rome is worthy of Paris. So that's a very important relationship, and that happened in 1958, I believe. And the statue was put here in 1962 as a commemoration of that. So there we go. Right, so we're heading back out now to the Rue Des Ecole. Okay, so Place Paul Palévy. As we said, we've got the Musée de Clooney over here. So Clooney was a group of monks in Bordeaux, and so the hotel is the place where they were allowed to rest when they came on pilgrimage. So this is why it's called the Hotel de Clooney, and that was during the Middle Ages. Okay, got another bookshop for students because we're in a student area. Okay.
Although I never came to these types of bookstores, I was mainly going to the Joseph.
Yeah. This is a famous movie theatre. It's called the Champeau. It was closed for a long time, but it's been reopened, which is kind of iconic and super awesome. The cafe we're walking past is Le Soubon. Le Soubon. Okay, I'm sure that was quite a famous place. Okay, you will see over in the corner we have lots of these bookshops called Gilbert Joseph. There are several here. There's one just here, there's one just along there, and there's one on this corner.
There's a lot at the end of the boulevard as well.
No, they're different.
Oh, wait, that's not it?
No, they're totally different.
What are they?
They are Gilbert Jeune, and Gilbert Jeune is shut down. That's been shut.
Oh no.
Yes, permanently. And there's a story behind that. Okay, I just want to take you over and have a look quickly here. So we were at the Arène de Lutèce a few weeks ago, and that was really important because it's the oldest geological site in Paris. This is the second oldest. So this is the Therme de Clooney. So back in the day, these were bathhouses, Roman bathhouses, and they were built at the beginning of the 3rd century, and they were a very popular place. It was a much larger building originally, but this is what's left of it. So these are very important archaeological remnants from the Gallo-Roman period. So that's part of the Musée de Clooney. Okay. So back to the Gilbert Joseph and Gilbert Jeune. So basically you've got the Gilbert family were booksellers who set up shop when in the 1800s when school became compulsory in France. And the first one who set up was Gilbert Jeune, and he was very keen on providing second-hand books for students. It is really busy. Yes, Paris is pumping again. It's really good. So they do, as you can see, neuf and occasion. Neuf means new, occasion means second-hand. And so, yeah, they sell good cheap books and second-hand books and stuff like that for students to aid the student masses. So we're in the 6th arrondissement now. We've just crossed the road, we're in the 6th. And we're on the Rue Des Ecole De Medicin. Okay.
So back in the day, it must have been a medical school, because...
Well, we're about to go down there. We're about to go there.
Is it doctor? Is it a...
Yes, it's down there, yeah. Okay. So, basically, Gilbert Joseph was the younger brother of the one who set up Gilbert Jeune, and the older brother, and they had a bit of a battle, and unfortunately, Gilbert Joseph won out, and he bought out his brother. Yes, there you go. Gilbert Joseph has the blue awnings, and the Gilbert Jeune has the yellow ones. Okay. I wanted to show you this little place here. This is where Sandra Bernhardt was born. So, Sarah Bernhardt, sorry. It's very noisy. So, Sarah Bernhardt was France's most famous actress back in she was born in 1844. Okay, sorry for the big noise. Okay, we have arrived at Université Paris 3, Sorbonne Nouvelle.
This is a place...
Okay, so now I'm handing you over to Olivia.
This is a place very dear to my heart, because this is actually my main campus where I personally had my classes and lectures and things. So it's actually Paris 3, La Sorbonne Nouvelle. So La Sorbonne Nouvelle is what do you call it? A branch of La Sorbonne. And this is the l'Institut du Monde Anglophone, so the Institute of the English-speaking world. So this is where the Department of English basically is. Any English-related studies are held, and that's what I studied. So the majority of my classes and lectures were here, so I know it very well. I spent a lot of time here. It's a small campus. It's very small. It's not like the one that we just saw, but it's still very old, as you can kind of tell. I remember it up until recently when they did some refurbishments. It was very cold because it's just old. It's kind of like stone walls, and it's still got that vibe to it. But there is this here with the dome is actually l'amphithéâtre, the main amphitheatre, which is not
Wow.
as big as the big one and the building we just saw. But
Let's cross over. So, yeah, because this is the Rue de l'Ecole De Medicin, there is a lot of stuff that happened here. Isn't this beautiful?
yeah,
Okay, so that was an amphitheatre. They used to actually do...
yeah. So that's the front.
yes, the medical school where they used to dissect bodies. Yes, they did do that there.
Right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, now it's not.
No, now it's not, but
Now we
yes.
come to study English.
But it's still a beautiful. You can see
It
how
is very
old it is. Look at it,
Yeah.
isn't it lovely? It's
very
really
fascinating.
beautiful. So there we go. There's a little sign that says Institut du Monde Anglophone depuis 1970.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it is quite small. They've got this here, the main amphitheatre, and then there's the what they call le petit amphi, which is a small amphitheatre, but it's really not anything that impressive. And they've got the multiple classrooms, and a little bibliothèque, a little library on the last floor.
Wow, that's cool.
Voila.
That's cool. Okay, so here we are. We're going down the Rue de l'Ecole De Medicin. Got a couple of little theatres down here. There's Patisserie Viennoise, which I understand is quite popular. I have not myself been there, but
I have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to give your Yeah, you go.
Well, we went over there first.
Okay, watch out, there's cars. This is a very, very busy street with
Very narrow.
very, very narrow street. Very busy, very dangerous. So I'm gonna pop my camera up that way so that nobody is. Okay. So this door here is the location of the Confrérie des Chirurgiens, which means the basically the Society of Surgeons. Okay, let's have a look at this. Look at these tiny little footpaths. You barely fit one person down them. Okay, so
Looks gorgeous.
yes. So this is a viennoiserie. Okay, so they specialise in butter-based pastries, like strudel and stuff. Okay. Don't stand on the road, Olivia. You're going to get run over. Okay. All right. So where we're coming up to now is the Ecole De Medicin. Yeah, so this is another part. Yeah, Ecole De Medicin is here. We're crossing on a red light, so we just have to be careful. So this is the, it's had various names over the years, but this is Faculté de Médecine de Paris Descartes. So it's named after René Descartes, who was also a doctor as well as a philosopher. And this is also a part of the Faculté de Médecine, so all of that there. Hence the name of the street.
For me, it was the street where I had my, Monde Anglophone school, so I
Yeah.
dismissed that it was a, medical school street.
Yeah. Okay, so there are a lot of universities and écoles supérieures, which are higher learning institutions around Paris, but this is basically where they are centered around. So this is the Quartier de la Sorbonne. Like the museum is in here, the Museum of Medicine, which I'd love to go to, but I believe it's currently closed. But I will go there one day and I will show you all my photos because I'm really keen on seeing it. At one point I did train as a medical laboratory technologist, so I mean this sort of thing really fascinates me. So I will go there. Look at this. It's really difficult because I'm really close, so you can't really get a view of the scope of it. Very neoclassical with all the pillars and everything. Really quite cool. So we're now at Saint-Germain-Odéon. Got a nice set of stairs and everything. There's a little statue with the stairs down the end. The statue is of Dr. Rupia, who discovered several important things medically wise. And this Rue is Antoine Dubois, who was a surgeon, but he was also the head of maternity. He was the man who delivered Napoleon II. So, voila. Okay. So, anything you'd like to add?
No, I don't know anything more than what you know.
Okay. So there we go. Again, we've got the sun there, so you can't really see the scope of it, but it's an awesome building. And obviously bookshops, anatomy bookshops. So we've arrived at Odeon now, Metro Odeon, on the Boulevard Saint-Germain. And I'm very keen to do another walk with you some other time in this specific area, because there are lots and lots of cool things to see. Okay, now Odeon is a place where you watch musical theatre, and obviously there's going to be a lot of theatres around here. There's lots of movie theatres around here. Université René Descartes. Okay, so that's there. Lots and lots of cafes. Yes, I love the Theatre Odeon. Oh look, we got some horses. I love the mounted horses, mounted police on their horses. They're always a nice sight to see in Paris. I'll just wait for them to pop around the other side. Oh no, they're stopping. Where are they? There we go. Nice feature of Paris is when you've got the garde républicaine on their horses. Okay. So yeah, I got given a tickets to the Odeon Theatre for my birthday a few years ago, and that was a really lovely experience. Really enjoyed that. So anyway, here we are. Lots of cafes, lots of exciting things to do, very lively. Got a statue up here of Danton. Danton was a very important figure of the French Revolution. Him, as like many others, lost his head during the Terror. And the reason this area has Danton here is because this is where his apartment used to be, which is no longer here because they just under Napoleon III, they destroyed a lot of, they refurbished the streets to make these Grand Boulevards. Okay, so across there is the Cours du Commerce Saint-André. I'm going to show you that next time, I think, because that's really, really special. Odeon is one of my favourite areas. Indeed it is. It's one of my favourite areas too. So that's why I will show it to you next time. Okay, so we're going to finish there because I think that's a good place to finish. There we go. So thank you for joining us both.
Yes.
We enjoy having a walk around here, and I'm sure there's a cafe that's got down, calling out to us right now. I don't know, maybe. So thank you, and if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, then please let us know, and we will try to incorporate that into a future session. So have a great day or evening wherever you are. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Au revoir. Au revoir. Salut.